about that southbound Ram flatbed there? You got the radio on in there?
Are you on this one? Sorry about that. I was on the phone.
10-4, is that the southbound Ram there?
Yeah.
Thanks for coming back, bud. I'm that car in front of you with the old camera strapped to it there. Come back.
That's what I figured. I was on the phone. I couldn't get rid of him, so yeah. That's what I thought, though.
10-4. You ever heard of those old rolling CB interviews?
Yeah.
Well, 10-4. Well, you've been spotted by Big Rig Videos here. I'm in town from Orlando up here for the Pride and Polish truck show that they're having there, so I figured I'd spend some time out here on the 5, see if I can talk to somebody. Come back.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could go, but couldn't make it work out.
Well, 10-4. Hey, a lot of the folks around the world, they like to hear about the trucks and whatnot. I was really surprised and disappointed by the old speed limit out here. 55 for trucks, but 70 for the four-wheelers. How is a guy supposed to do any filming out here, right?
Oh, I know it. Yeah, you just kind of got to keep it about 60, you know.
10-4. So tell me about the truck.
It's a 2000 Peterbilt 475 cat, 13 speed. Not it. Other than that, it's pretty just an ordinary truck.
10-4, sounds like you got yourself a working man's truck there, right?
That's it. It's comfortable. It suits me just fine.
10-4. How long you been running it for?
Since '06. I bought it in '06, and it's a 2000.
10-4. Well, what brought you into the wonderful world of truck driving?
Oh, my dad, unfortunately, runs in the family.
I've heard that many a times. If you grew up in a trucking family, you're probably going to have something to do with trucking at some point in time.
Yeah, unfortunately, third generation. I wish I'd have done something else, but once you start, you're pretty much, that's it. You're stuck.
Well, 10-4. Well, that's a filler in a lot of guys' caps there, so we depend on you, basically. We depend on guys like you to stick it through and get the job done.
Oh, yeah, It is what it is, I mean, that's what we do.
Well, what you got for a trailer, and tell me what you got on and where you're going with it.
It's a 2013 Western, 48-foot spread axle flat. I got a load of lumber going down to Fontana. That's what I pretty much do, is just LA to Riverside area, Fontana. I live down south, so I just go up and back, usually once a week, from California to Oregon and back.
A lot of the guys that watch these videos, they're from different countries and different things like that. So mileage-wise, how long does it take you to make a turn?
I usually leave Monday, get home Friday, I mean, it's not too bad. I don't really run too hard. I mean, every now and then, step it up and do a little bit more, but usually just one round a week, just, LA to Oregon and then Oregon back to LA.
I didn't ask you if you're an owner-operator there, but I imagine if you're third generation, you might be.
Yes, I am. Yep, owner-operator. I've been with Ram for 7 years, leased to them. They've got, there's probably about 35 lease trucks, and I think they have about 35 or 40 company trucks.
One of the hot topics, guys want to know, how do you go from, having a regular job, working for a company, to being an owner-operator? So take us back in time and tell us how that kind of shaped up for you.
I don't know, I always wanted my own truck and everything, and my dad was an owner-operator, at different times he was an owner-operator throughout his driving career, and I just told myself I wanted to get my own truck and try to make it happen, and I was 28 years old in '98. I bought a truck and did the 2-axle. I was hauling dirt with a set of bottom dumps, and then I bought this in '06 and been doing this ever since.
Did you find any challenges? Of course, you growing up in the family, you had the inside scoop on what's going on. If you'd have to give some advice for some guys that are wanting to step up and do the same thing you're doing there, what would you want to tell them?
You just have to have a mindset to work. Nothing comes cheap or free. I mean, you have to be pretty business savvy and know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're better off being a company driver, because it's not easy.
I didn't ask you your name there, so I guess for the folks that know you, and for the folks that are gonna know you going down the road there, what do you go by on the radio?
I don't have a handle. My name's Mark.
Well, Mark, we'll appreciate you coming back on the radio there.
Hey, no problem, no problem. I wish my truck would have been clean at least for the pictures, but rained all day yesterday, unfortunately.
As far as your truck being clean or not clean, there's somebody out there that's got to do the job, and a lot of guys they want to see a good-looking, dirty truck. How about that?
Well, there you go. Yep, there you go. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty cool what you do, I have to say.
Yeah, not a problem. It's my pleasure. We didn't talk about any custom parts and things like that. Looking at the truck there, I'm curious about your visor and your stacks, and if you've done anything to the truck.
No, you know what? It's just pretty much the aftermarket visor. I got Dynaflex pipes, and really, there's nothing spectacular. I just kind of like the plain look. Try to keep the shiny part shiny. Makes everything else look good.
Definitely. So, Mark, in a lot of the videos that I do, I ask the drivers about highway safety. We're over here in a different part of the country. Typically I'm over on the East Coast or the Midwest, but for running this corridor north and south, and seeing that there is a big spread in the highway speeds, the big trucks are at 55 and the four wheelers are at 70. What are some of the things that you want to talk to a motorist about, if you have the chance to, in order to keep them safe when they're moving by you?
Just pay attention. People, go past you and then they jump right over in front of you. They don't give you any room or anything. They don't pay attention to what's going on in front of them. They don't look ahead. Everything is just right at the moment.
Well, another question I want to ask you, which has to do with safety for the guys that are operating tow trucks for the sheriffs and the troopers that are on the side of the road, that has to do with a move over law. There's been some issues. There's been some unfortunate accidents and fatalities that have to do with motorists that failed to move over, and not just the motorists. Maybe there's been issues with guys in commercial vehicles, but what do you see when you're on the road traveling north and south? What do you see in regards to people responding to rescue vehicles and troopers on the side of the road?
Most trucks all the time move over, but you move over and then cars will just, that'll be behind you. They'll jump over in the slow lane, doing 70 or 80 to go around you. Because they, like I said, they don't look far enough ahead to see. They don't understand what's going on. It doesn't take much if somebody stumbled out into the road just a little bit, that'd be it. But for the most part, I'd say all trucks move over, though. I mean, I don't really see too many that actually don't. They can't figure it out and move over. And if you can't move over, you need to slow down.
Yeah, 10-4. Well, I appreciate your input there on that. It's been nice talking to a West Coast local. And I'm going to hop off here, and I'll make sure to holler at you when this video is all put together so you can check it out on the old Facebook.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, that'll be cool. It was nice meeting you.
Nice train horns you got there, sir.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.